What's up, New York?
That's right. Come on now. We love you. Welcome back to the show. It's always great to see you. I want to get into The Odyssey. It is epic. It's fantastic. Before we get into the film, I got to talk to you about the World Cup.
Okay, let's get into it.
Because I know you're from England. You're an England fan. So they just beat Norway in the World Cup. Yeah. And now England's in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a big deal.
It's a huge deal for us. And it really does, it feels like something is in the air right now.
Do you feel it?
I sometimes in life, I just get a feeling.
Wow.
And I have that feeling right now, Jimmy. And then came Messi.
Is it a type of sense that you're feeling? Like
I don't know, like, I just...
something tingling in you there?
Something. It starts in my toes.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand. But there's another Holland that was in the World Cup that is very famous and popular. His name is Erling. Erling Haaland.
Erling Haaland.
Yes, and he became a superstar. People love this guy. I loved him. I was like, I just love. He was very interesting, and I go, oh, I actually want him on the show. I want to talk to him. I think he's a very interesting person. But I read somewhere, and you tell me if this is true. If I'm making it up, I'll edit this out of the show. But I saw somewhere that you DM'd Erling Haaland, and he didn't respond to you.
Yeah.
Erling Haaland had no idea who Tom Holland was when he DM'd him and asked to hang out. He doesn't watch movies, so he thought that he was a random person. Now, tell us the truth. Did you DM Erling Haaland?
Yes. Yes. And I tell you what, that is exactly the type of humbling experience that is important for actors.
Yeah.
You know,
once you
like, I'll text him, I'll take him to dinner. Not even a response. Not an excuse, not I'm busy tonight, I'm playing football, nada.
Nothing. Where were you and why did you decide to do that?
I was at Monaco, I was watching Lewis race, and I saw him. He was like a hospitality suite across from me, and I just thought I'd shoot my shot.
Yeah, why not?
Send him a text.
Holland v.
And
Holland.
then I never imagined I'd talk about it on live television, but here we are.
Here we are, all right, good. But if he's watching, would you have dinner with him still?
I don't think he would have dinner with me after the other day.
Oh, really? Yeah. He's probably hurting a little bit.
A little bit,
But he's a professional.
He's incredible. I mean, he's an absolute
He's a legend. Well, we both said that. Jinx. It's like looking in the mirror.
No way.
Yeah. Let's talk about The Odyssey. Oh, my gosh. I got to see it a couple weeks ago, and it is massive. It is as big as everything is said. It is giant. Tell me about that, getting that initial phone call to work with Christopher Nolan. You go, oh, my gosh. Is it vague? Was it secretive? Or do you know what you're doing exactly?
Honestly, I thought he was supposed to call Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, wow.
It's the honest truth.
Yes.
No,
he DM'd him.
He DM'd him, yeah.
Didn't hear anything back.
No, I got the call from my agents, and it really goes to show how much agents really know. They told me that it was a vampire movie, or either an ensemble space movie was the other idea that they'd come up with.
Wow. So it's either a vampire movie or a Christopher Nolan space movie?
And it was neither of those.
No, but I would do either one.
Are you kidding? I would have been there day one.
Yeah, exactly.
But I remember I was in London. I flew the next day to LA. I went to his house. I met with him. There was like an hour of conversation before he got into like the 2-word pitch, which was The Odyssey.
Wow.
And then immediately I was like, I haven't read that.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say.
Oh God, like scratching my brain, like I know there's like a Cyclops in it or something.
Yeah, we're on the same page, yeah.
But it was amazing, and he let me take the script home, and you know, I said yes on the spot.
Yeah.
I was ready to go. I was just honored that he gave me the opportunity. I read the script, I was blown away by the script and then my part. And yeah, the next day I went to his house again. We sat down. We had to literally move Spider-Man. The start date was like the same date. So I had to call the studio, and thank you, Tom Rothman, who is an absolute legend, and I love him to bits, because without Tom, I wouldn't have been able to make this movie. But he literally moved Spider-Man so that I could be a part of this film.
Well, because these are good problems to have.
These are first world problems.
Spider-Man and Christopher Nolan, I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, and you're doing The Odyssey, which is one of the oldest stories in history, right?
Which I didn't know anything about.
No. But do you feel pressure, or now, since you didn't know anything about it, you felt less pressure? And you go, I'm just doing this as a...
No, I think when I read the poem and I read the script and I realized how much that story has influenced not just Western cinema, but cinema in total.
Everything.
There was a layer of pressure to make sure that we came to set as prepared as we could be, because there was an understanding that what we were going to do that day, the entire world are going to see those decisions that we make.
Yeah.
And for me, there are certain circumstances in life where pressure is a privilege, and those circumstances is exactly when it is.
Yeah, well, you scored, buddy. You scored.
Thank
under
you, man.
pressure.
Thanks so much.
Under pressure, Tom Holland scores. You were fantastic in it.
Thank you.
And when you see this, you know, a lot of the articles I'm reading, a lot of this isn't CGI. It's actual real sets and real ships.
Yeah.
Everyone I saw was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
how is he doing this? But I was talking to Matt Damon about this too, and he's like, everyone's an actor. There's so many actors. There's more actors by far than crew.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Which is normally the opposite on a movie, kind of. There's a lot of crew and then a few actors.
I remember walking to set for the first time in Morocco, and I was told by the bass PA, just go over the brow of the hill and make a right, and eventually you'll meet the crew. And I went over the brow of this hill, and it was like I had gone back in time. There was thousands of people in costume, hundreds of boats lined up. The Trojan horse was listing in the water.
My God.
And I got up there and was like, there's no crew. There's like no one there.
You're like, is my life real, or am I just go back in time?
I turned around to the PA, I'm like, where am I supposed to go? And she's like, that way, go that way. So I start walking, what honestly felt like 2 miles, and there's all these soldiers and stuff, and I started getting really quite self-conscious, because there's all these like giant men with swords and shields, and...
Yeah.
And then
you're like, hello, I'm Timothy Chalamet coming through. Hello. Move out of the way.
And yeah, and then eventually I got to the nucleus of the set, and I saw, you know, the legendary Matt Damon and Christopher Nolan, and they were talking about a scene, and I remember really pinching myself and saying, like, you have to drink in every moment of this experience, because it's just been the highlight of my career.
How is Matt Damon to work with as an actor? I mean, he plays your dad in the movie.
I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better #1 on the call sheet.
He really
not
is.
only is he just so talented,
Great actor,
and so fantastic in this movie, but no one could ever complain because no one was working harder than Matt. And Matt always had a smile on his face. And I remember we were doing this fight scene. We were in this quarry, and the whole quarry was on fire.
Yeah.
It's almost like Chris does these amazing things, and he goes, do you know what? Set it all on fire.
yeah. You know, let's make it totally crazier. Yeah, why not?
And I've rehearsed this fight scene for weeks and weeks and weeks, and eventually I get to see Matt do it. And I'm like standing back with a really good friend of mine, the stunt coordinator, and I'm watching Matt do this fight scene, and I just kind of elbowed him and went, oh my God, that's Jason Bourne.
You can't mess this up, man. You're fighting with the one only Jason Bourne, yeah.
But it was awesome, and I've learned so much from him, and you know, he said the other day, we were doing some press together, and he said that every movie he has made has led to this point.
Yeah.
And Chris said the same. So for me as a young actor, to be on set and to watch these titans doing their best work for the biggest movie they've ever been a part of was a surreal experience, for sure.
For anyone who's not familiar with The Odyssey, can you set up who you play and what is the film about?
I play Telemachus. Embarrassingly, the first time I met with Chris, I said, I can't wait to play Telemachus, which is not correct. But I play the son of Odysseus, who's played by Matt Damon, and Penelope, who's played by the wonderful Anne Hathaway.
Yes.
Who is absolutely sensational in the movie.
Everyone's great.
And the story is the story of a 10-year adventure. It's Odysseus finishing on the beach of Troy and trying to get home to his family. We are under a 10-year home invasion from these horrible suitors. Robert Pattinson is doing, I think, the best work I've ever seen him do.
He crushes
He
it.
is so good in the movie.
He really is. Oh my gosh.
I always feel a bit embarrassed talking about movies that I'm in, but I really mean it when I say that I have never seen anything like this before.
Yeah.
It is, I cannot compel you enough. If there's one movie to get your friends together, to go and see at any theater,
Yeah.
The Odyssey is that movie.
Go see it. Yes, I want to show a clip. Here is Tom Holland in The Odyssey. Take a look.
You've run from the problem. Left your mother at the mercy of the suitors.
Should I hire mercenaries?
Go back and kill them all?
Murder rich and powerful guests in your own home. You'd be exiled.
What then?
You must evict them without violating Zeus's law.
I have to take the throne. I have to know if Odysseus is alive.
This has nothing to do with the father you've never known. You have to lead, son.
Actually,
Yeah.
so John Bernthal is one of my best friends. I love John Bernthal.
Oh, he's another fantastic actor.
When we shot that scene, Chris had put up these targets for us to try and hit with the bows and arrow, right? And John was so good at hitting the targets, but it was really affecting the way he looked when he was shooting the arrow. Like he kind of had this little bent arm. He looked more like Cupid.
Yes.
The way he was doing it.
yeah,
And I was really trying to like,
acting
show
does
the
that, yeah.
strength of this.
Yeah, and he's
it
going
got
like-
to a point where I sort of had to say to him, I was like, dude, like
You don't have to hit
the
the-
audience can't see where the arrow is going. Bro. Like you look like an idiot.
That's so funny. You're trying to keep a straight face while you're acting. Yeah. It's good. Everyone crushes in this. Congratulations. Thank you for doing our show. Tom Holland, everybody. The Odyssey.
Thank you so much.
Hits theaters this Friday. Go see it this weekend. We're going to go head-to-head in a game inspired by The Odyssey called Cyclops Beer Pong. Now, the rules are simple. We're going to take turns throwing these authentic Cyclops eyeballs into each other's cups. If the eyeball lands in your cup, you'll chug the beer, and then you have to answer a very personal question that's underneath the cup.
Personal question.
And we're not drinking any beer, by the way. We're drinking Beero. A delicious line of non-alcoholic beer created by the one and only Tom Holland right there, Beero. Congratulations on that. First to land 3 wins. Tom, since you were my guest, you can go first.
Okay.
Good luck.
I tell you what, I haven't played this since I quit drinking, actually, so this is quite nice.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Aw, too bad. That's a good move. That's
I don't
a good
want those
move.
personal questions. Here we go.
Yeah, that's a good move.
God, we could be here a while, guys. Buckle up.
Tasty, by the way. All right, here's my question. Name a job with a uniform you think you'd be great at.
Ooh.
A mailman. I would be a great...
Mailman.
I would love to be a mailman. I think I'd be great at it. They get to wear shorts in the summer. And I'd be a happy mailman. And they also get to drive with the steering wheel on the British side.
With no doors as well.
With no doors. They have no rules, mailmen. They
What's
just
the
live it
deal
up.
with the no doors? I never
They have no
understood that.
rules. They're allowed to do whatever they want. I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah, they're great. So yeah, I'd say mailman. All right, here we go.
Come on. Oh!
The claw. Dunked it. Dunked it. Yes, my man.
Okay.
What's the question?
What would you give up for England to win the World Cup?
The world is watching. Don't you dare.
I would give up playing golf. Golf is my absolute favorite thing to do in the world. And if that meant that I could bring it home for England, are you kidding? I'd never play golf ever again.
Wow, that's a real answer. That's a real answer. I know you love golf. You're very good. Wow, I like that.
Oh!
Here we go. Not a big deal. Sit down. It's not a big deal.
Okay, here we go. Come on now.
Juicy question.
If I were in Magic Mike live, what song would you dance to? I don't know. Maybe that song's sexual? I don't know how. I'm not going to sing it now. You'll have to see me in Magic Mike live!
All right, come on, bud, go.
Come on now, Tom. Does that count?
Judges.
Come on!
Why? Oh, big deal. They love you. All right, here we go. What's the last thing you cooked?
How did I get the sex dance song? And you got the last thing you cooked?
I'm an old man.
Yeah.
No one wants to see
You're like,
me
this
dance.
is my show.
I made an unbelievable spinach artichoke dip.
Wow.
All right, same time. Ready?
Okay, here we go. Are we ready?
Two. Next one, yeah. Next one wins.
Oh.
Yes! Drink it, and then you have one last question. What is it? It's probably something like, what's the last thing you cooked or something?
What is the cringiest moment as an actor? There is a scene in the new Spider-Man movie where I had to fall from a building in my underwear.
Oh my gosh.
And it was very cold that day.
And to the song Sexual, Tom Holland, the one and